Okay, so today we cover Boolean transformation feature in CATIA. Okay, this is transformation feature, that is translation, rotation, symmetry, axis to axis. Okay, mirror, rectangle pattern, circular pattern, user pattern, scaling, and affinity. Okay, so first create one by one. Suppose select any, these all tool are now de-highlighted. Okay, if you note here, suppose this is the transformation feature, so all tool are de-highlighted. So first create any sketch. Suppose create one rectangle and then exit. Here pad it. Okay, so now this one is pad. Suppose 20 20 40 millimeter. So now this is the pad. Here transformation feature, suppose this one is translate. Okay, suppose this one is translate. First translate about, first go to the yes or no option, yes. And now this is the direction. Okay, direction, suppose choose here any plane, choose here any plane and give the direction here. So that is transformation. Now you can choose direction and distance. Okay, direction and distance. So now this one is direction and distance will occur, that is the transformation feature here. Now this one is undo it here. After that we can select also transformation, yes. And suppose choose here point to point. Okay, so suppose this is the start point, this is the start point here. And first create any point here. Okay, suppose this is the one point we can create here, that is the datum point. Then we can create here translation, yes. And then suppose this is the point to point here. Suppose create here one point, choose this start point and select this point, and this is the end point, select this point. So now this one is translate about point to point. Okay, that is the point to point option. And suppose there have a coordinate system. Suppose choose here, this one is a coordinate system. So give the coordinate system x, y, z value. Suppose this is the x value, this is the y value, and this one is z value. So by x, y, and z value you can translate it, and then okay. So that is the translate about coordinate option. Okay, okay. Then undo it. Next is rotation. So rotation, suppose yes. Now select one axis. Suppose this is the one axis, and here give angle. So now that is the angle option. Okay, so that is the translate option. Okay, so that is translate option. Next here, this one is also rotation. Here yes, and then axis two elements. Suppose first one is one axis, and here this one is one axis. And suppose this is the first element, and create another, suppose point here. So or any another plane here, select. So now this one is rotate about this axis. Okay, so that is the axis. Also you can create 3 points. Okay, so first we can create 3 points here. Suppose choose this one is another point here, choose this one is another point. Okay, and now rotation, yes, create here 3 points. So now 3 points, choose here, this is the first point, this is the second point, and this one is the third point. Okay, about this one is rotate. Okay, so that is the rotation about 3 points. Okay, next one is symmetry. Symmetry, suppose yes option, choose here. Now one reference is required, so reference should be a plane. Okay, so with respect to that plane, this one is symmetry. Okay, so symmetry means just opposite side with respect to that plane, just like a mirror. Okay, if you choose in the mirror, if you choose here, that is the mirror option. Okay, so now select this one. So both object keep it here. Okay, but in case of symmetry, mother object will be vanish and present object will be there. Okay, so that is the difference between symmetry and mirror. Then suppose axis to axis. Okay, how create axis to axis? So suppose here we can create, this is the axis system. This is the insert axis system. Suppose first point is this one. So that is the one axis. You can change direction. You can change also direction. Just click here, click here, click here. As per the requirement, you can change and then OK. So one axis system created here and create another axis system. Suppose choose here. So now this one is another axis system. Okay, now we can choose here, suppose here axis to axis, axis to axis, then yes, first one is this is the reference and second one is this is the target. Okay, then okay, so now that is the axis system, reference and target. Okay, so that is the reference and target. Now rectangular pattern. Okay, rectangular pattern. So choose here, suppose part design, here suppose click in the YZ plane and suppose choose here one rectangle, here exit and then pad it. Okay, so now this one is pad. We can create here, we can create suppose one hole. So that is the one hole we can create. Okay, in any diameter or depth, just keep it here. So now this hole is selected now. Okay, this hole is selected now. So we can create here rectangular pattern. So what is the rectangular pattern? There have a two direction, first direction and second direction. Okay, so suppose that is the reference direction we need to choose because there have a no selection option. Just choose this no selection and select this edge. So now that is the edge. If you reverse this and give instance, suppose 2 3 4 5, okay, 6, okay, and between distance is 20 millimeter, you can change this one also. Okay, and here go to the second direction, choose here and choose this option. So now that is the another direction, here instance, here another direction, so that is this one is the another direction option. Okay, this is the another direction option, then okay, so that is the second direction option. If you preview it, so now this one is created here. Okay, if you go to more option here, so suppose choose here row direction 1 2, so now this one is 2, another direction will be created. Okay, row direction 2 here, so here another direction will be created. Okay, and also rotational angle you can put. So now this one is look like this. Okay, this one is look like this, so that is the 50-degree angle will be there. Okay, preview it. So now this one is 50-degree angle will be there. Okay, if you choose here this one, so as per the requirement you can rotate or keep it here 0. So now this one is also 0 degree. Okay, so that is the rectangle pattern we create. Next, undo it. Now suppose we can create here one line in the middle plane. Okay, suppose create here one line and then exit here. Now we can select hole and then here circular pattern, and here reference direction is this line. Okay, so that is the reference direction. Here instance, give it here instance here. So now this is the instance 8 created here. Now suppose this one is 45 degrees, so 360 divided by 8, that is the angle. Okay, 360 divided by 8, so that is the angle. Here we can create here crown definition. So now suppose this one is circle spacing 1. If you choose 2 here, okay, so now this one is concentric way, this one is gradually increases. Okay, so that is the main thing, or you can change here as per your circle spacing as per your requirement. Okay, so that is the crown definition we can create. Here, this is the instance and angular spacing that is created here. If you choose here, suppose cancel it, now go to the circular pattern, and if you choose here complete crown, okay, complete crown, and suppose choose here, so now this one is 2 divided by means 360. Okay, so that is the 3 4, this one is on complete crown, totally take by complete crown. Okay, so that is the main thing. Okay, so that is the complete crown option. Here total angle, suppose give it here angle, suppose if you choose here as per your requirement, so this one is automatically take, means 360 divided by 11, so that is the angular spacing. Angular spacing is now fixed, vary, okay, as per your put drawing. Okay, next is angular spacing and total angle. So now instance is de-highlighted. If you change here this one, so now this one is vary. Okay, so that is angular spacing and total angle. These two are put. And if you choose here instance and unequal angular spacing, okay, so suppose keep it here. Suppose choose this one. So now this one is not created here. If you choose this one, so now this one is not created here. If you choose this one, so these two are not created here. Preview it, okay, and that is the angular spacing, instance and unequal angular spacing. Okay, and count definition also you can choose as per the requirement. This one also count definition. Okay, if you choose here 2 3 4 as per the requirement, so now this one is angular spacing. So just write it. So now that is the angular spacing option. Okay, in case of suppose choose the whole, in case of rectangular pattern, there have also instance and length, instance and spacing, all things are same similar. Okay, suppose if you choose here, this is the one reference, and suppose choose here, this is the another reference. Okay, and here this one is created here. Suppose that is the main thing. Okay, so suppose instance, so keep it here, suppose 2 3 4 as per the requirement. This one is reverse direction, so here this one is count definition, this one also second direction. If you choose here, so now that is the, if you choose here length, spacing and length, so you can put only spacing and length. Instances you cannot put here now. Okay, if you choose here instance and length, this one is instance and length. Okay, if you choose unequal, okay, unequal, suppose there have an unequal option. Suppose if you choose here this one, so now you can vary only this. Okay, so that is called unequal instance, unequal spacing. Okay, so that is unequal spacing we can create here. Next is suppose choose here, that is the user pattern. User pattern, for user pattern we choose, suppose select this face, and here go to the sketch option, and suppose select point, just double click on the point. Many points you can create at a time, and then exit. Okay, and suppose choose the whole, and here, so that is the user pattern, and just click here. So now this one is user pattern we can create. Okay, user pattern we can create here, so that is unequal spacing user pattern. Now that is the scaling. So go to the scaling option, and suppose choose one reference point, one corner point. If you put here ratio, okay, suppose 2 ratio, so in x y z both three direction will be 2. Okay, means double. Okay, if you choose here, this one is 0.5, so now this one reduce. Okay, this one is reduced, so that is called scaling. Okay, that is called scaling. And now affinity, what is affinity? Suppose choose here one point, and now go to the x value. Now this one is y value. If you keep it z1, so this one is 1. Okay, so in x, y, z, you can put different value as per your requirement. So that is called affinity. This is nothing but one type of scaling, but there are affinity is the definition. Okay, so that is okay here. So now this one is created here. So that is called affinity. Okay, so just write it here and all of you practice as per your requirement time. Okay, this is the transformation feature in CATIA.